the bride got into the wrong wedding car on her big day. She was supposed to marry a poor guy from the countryside, but by mistake she ended up in the wedding room of a wealthy CEO. The clueless CEO was full of admiration the moment he saw her, thinking she was a rich heiress sent to marry him. When the woman heard him call her Amy, still dizzy from the chaos, she assumed it was a cute nickname from her new husband. Outside the room the assistant had already realized the mix-up, but no one dared interrupt the wedding night, so they had to wait nervously until morning. At dawn, the CEO called her Amy again. That's when she started to sense something was off, and asked if there had been a mistake. The CEO thought she was just being playful, and didn't take it seriously. Right then the assistant's anxious voice came from outside, saying there was something urgent to report. After comforting the woman the CEO left to handle it. But what happened next was even more bizarre. A maid walked in pushing a rack full of clothes, saying they were all new outfits prepared for her. The woman was completely stunned. She clearly remembered marrying a poor guy, so why were there maids serving her and such fancy expensive clothes? Before she could react, another maid brought in a tray of jewelry, saying these were specially picked by the CEO as wedding gifts. Everyone treated her with the utmost respect. Being so pampered made her suddenly recall her past at home. Her mom was driven away by a mistress, and she had been bullied by her stepmother since childhood. She was used to being small and humble, but now, someone was treating her like a treasure. Just as she began to doubt everything, in the CEO's office, the assistant finally mustered the courage to kneel and confess, nervously explaining the mix-up during the wedding. The real bride was still waiting at home. He thought the CEO would be furious and start planning a new wedding, but to his surprise the CEO responded firmly, saying there was no mistake, and declared that the woman in the wedding room was his wife now. While the CEO was still thinking about how to explain it to her, she suddenly burst in, looking anxious as she explained her true identity, saying he didn't need to take responsibility for the night before. The CEO saw her timid and insecure expression, gently held her shoulders, and told her firmly that she was his one and only wife. Tears rolled down her face instantly. For the first time in her life, she knew what it felt like to be truly loved. Time flew by and 6 years passed. She gave birth to a lovely son for the CEO, and never stepped out of the villa. The CEO spoiled her endlessly, coming home on time every day to be with her and their son. One day he suggested they visit her family, but she hesitated. Her mother hadn't even come to her wedding. Although she sent money home every month, she still worried her mom was being mistreated, especially with her father's 50th birthday coming up. She figured, maybe it was time to go back. On the birthday, the mistress was bragging to the relatives, boasting that her two sons-in-law were a top executive and a billionaire, saying they'd surely bring expensive gifts. Her father was all proud, and had already prepared a fancy feast. Just then, the woman texted saying she was coming back, but the phone was snatched away by the mistress, who sneered and mocked her for marrying a poor man, saying she probably couldn't even afford a meal, then smashed the phone on the floor. Her mother rushed to pick it up, only to have her hand stomped on by the mistress, and got ordered to go work in the kitchen. Not long after, the two amazing sons-in-law arrived. Her father and the mistress were thrilled, ready to greet them with smiles. Just as fate would have it, the woman also arrived at the door with her young son. The CEO was planning to check on a construction site nearby, so the little family